Hello friends and teachers. My name is Shaurya
Okay.
from PYP5G. I will be interviewing my aunt who works in Dyson and my uncle who works in an AI company. How does social media work and why did people begin to use it?
Okay. Maybe I will take this opportunity to answer this question. Let me take back you, right? When people started to use internet, right? When people started to use internet, they were spending more and more time on internet, right? And and when they also start to travel for work, right? The distance between people started to increase, right? So they feel a need of sharing about their personal life with their friends and family who are not with them and but who are connected to them via internet. That's how the social media started. So some of the earlier platform that comes into life, like MySpace or Orkut, they were meant for these things, for people to share about their personal life with their close friends and family. So this is how the social media started. So earlier social media platform were very basics. They allow only people to share their photos and videos, and other people could comment on it. So this also gave a lot of happiness to people that they were able to connect to their friends who are not with them, but also allow people to stay connected with each other. Now that's how the basic social media started, and then the social media start evolving. Then we got Facebook, which started in around year 2000. Then comes Instagram, and now there is a Twitter, there is a Snapchat. So social media is also going to evolving quite a lot, right? So basically, this is how social media started. The way social media works is very simple. It is meant for very simple. People can create a profile, and then they can add their friends to make a circle, and then with their friends they can share their personal life through photos and videos, and other people comments, like, and they talk to each other through those photos. So this is the basic crux of social media, right? People can also chat with each other, they can do video calls, etc. with each other. The basic purpose of social media is to connect people.
He already answered 2 questions.
Okay. So how has social media evolved over time and how shall it evolve in the future?
Yeah, maybe I can take the second one a little bit more deep. Shaurya, your question was, what is the major usage of social media? Now, I'll take two aspects of it, like how corporates use it and how we use it in our personal lives, right? So first of all, when it comes to corporates, I work at Dyson, right? So the first biggest usage that we have from social media is, number one, reaching out to our consumers and telling them how beautiful our products are, what are the use cases. So for example, we are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, we are on YouTube, we are on TikTok, wherein basically we showcase, let's say our vacuum cleaner, the division which I had is like, we are showing them, oh, you can use your vacuum cleaner like this. In case you have to, clean your curtains, this is how you use it. In case you have to clean your cars, this is how you use it. So that's the first biggest use case for a corporate, that is telling the users what is the efficacy of the products and how they can really use it. The second is basically, actually selling the product. So first it was just merely about disseminating the information over social media, like the platforms that I mentioned. But now it is also selling the products directly. We have something called as DysonDirect.com. So basically where people can directly, interact on Web2 platforms and basically buy or sell these products. So they're like very, very biggest use cases. Previously, I used to also do a lot of traditional media advertising, and now social media is completely disrupted. Now, no one watches the so-called ads on the TV, and all of our media has now shifted to almost online. So these are the use cases of social media, and this has changed our lives in more than one way. So that's as far as corporates and users are concerned, consumers are concerned. Now, when it comes to personal life of, let's say, you and I, the biggest advantage of social media is you and I connecting on a Google Meet platform to talk to each other. If it was not for social media, we wouldn't have been talking right now, right? So that's the first, staying connected. Second thing, as you will always see, when you see in the sky, you will see a flock of pigeons flying together. So human beings are also social. They all want to be social and connected and be part of that community. And social media helps in ways more than one to basically keep us connected. Now, these are all benefits of social media. There are certain cons of social media as well. Like, we are missing the human touch, love, on one-on-one basis, which are being replaced by, I would say, a lot of online connections. So there are pros and there are cons of everything. Like fire has good use cases. We started eating because of fire, but fire can also be a mass destruction. So there are benefits. The two sides of the same coin. You get the benefits, you also get the demerits out of it. So yeah, so I would say there are two sides of it. Maybe we move to the third one now. So Shaurya.
So,
How
how has social media evolved over time, and how shall it evolve? How do you think it shall evolve in the future?
For sure. People create a profile, people post photos, and other people will just comment over it. So this is how it started. Then comes, people allow other people to start posting videos, and then people start tagging each other friends. So, if I post a photograph and I can tag you, you will be notified. So all those things that evolve in social media were basically meant for people to connect better. Then comes the next evolution in the social media is allow people to chat with each other. You see, WhatsApp is also kind of a social media, right? That allow people to talk to each other and give update everything, right? So this is how the social media has evolved. Now you see Snapchat, everything is real time. People, even though we are in Singapore, you are in Dubai, through social media, we don't feel it like. We can instantly, I can take a photo and share it with you. So everything has become real time. So this is how social media has evolved so far. Now in future, I see there are two things that are going to be evolved quite a lot. One is definitely allowing more deeper connection between people. Like nowadays, I can take a photo and share with you instantly, and you can see it. You can see the life through my eyes. This thing will become better. Maybe more virtual reality. Maybe I will be present in front of you, and we could talk to each other, right?
So, how do people in different parts of the world use social media differently, and why?
People in different part of the world, there are few social media major platform in the world, such as Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat.
Yeah.
Depending upon the popularity of certain social media platform, people use that. So, for example, Facebook is very popular in India. Most of people are using Facebook.
Yeah.
Whereas if I talk about Singapore, Instagram is more popular than Facebook. So most of people are using Instagram there. So one factor that depend is the popularity of a certain social media platform in that country. Now, so that's one thing. The other one is also depend upon your friends. So if, for example, you and me are friends and you are using Instagram, then I'm kind of motivated to use Instagram only. So different part of the world, depending upon what social media my friends are using, I am more inclined to use that. So one is certain social media are more popular in some countries and than other countries. The other one is my friend circle, which social media platform are they using. In terms of technology, I do think that most of the social medias have offered the same features. So there is nothing better than the other.
Yeah.
But
It's
there
all
are-
dependent upon.
But there are some
features.
countries who restrict to use something like, in Dubai, you don't use WhatsApp video calling because
Yeah,
it's restricted.
and also
so you tend to use other platforms. Yeah. Yeah.
So actually it can vary in different parts of the world, because in some countries that are underdeveloped, the technology there is not that much available.
That is not true, because if you talk about countries like Indonesia, right, it is a developing country. So even though they don't have any local social media platform, they tend to use a lot of Facebook. So all depend upon the internet penetration. So if people have access to internet, they will be able to use any social media, right? So it does not depend how much technology is developed within that country. Right? Some countries, if you talk about, let's say Myanmar, right, maybe Myanmar, if you talk about
Africa and
Somalia, African countries, certain the internet is not available, so people can't use any social media. So it all depends upon the internet penetration.
yeah, okay. So what are some like positive and negative impacts of social media on our daily lives?
I will start with positive. So the biggest positive impact that I personally feel is the connectivity.
Yeah.
Nowadays, previously, when there was no social media, when I was small, right, I had no idea what's going on in my friend's life. Like only when we meet next day in the school, we will share with each other what happening in our life, what sports did we play, where did we go, etc. Nowadays, I don't have to wait that long. I can celebrate the moments in my friend's life with them through social media. So definitely, it has reduced the gap between people life through better communication. That is the biggest positive. I think the biggest negative is the dopamine effect. Most of social media are designed to make you happy.
Yeah.
But by happy, that means they keep on showing you, the concept of reels. So they keep you super engaging. So I've seen a lot of people are wasting a lot of time on watching the reels throughout
Yeah,
the day.
so they're addicted.
It does not, it's kind of addicted. So it increases your dopamine, which makes you happy temporarily. But then you know that you are not doing anything productive. People are wasting, especially young people are wasting their valuable time on social media, a lot of valuable time on social media without realizing that they could use this time to gain some valuable skill, which could help them to be better in their life. So these are the, I think, biggest positive and the biggest negative of social media.
Yeah, so even I'm going to say a few positive and negatives. So one positive thing is that it can spur business. It can spread business more quickly. Instead of just dropping those cards or things, those
Yes.
posters they use to attract people.
Yes.
They have to come here,
Yeah.
get the posters physically, and then they have to get it over here, put it on a house handles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then a negative is that it can homogenize culture. So basically what homogenize means is, it means that suppose India's people, they are celebrating morely Halloween, Christmas and other different festivals of other cultures, and they are not respecting their own culture. They are let's say Diwali. Over here when Diwali happened, very few people were bursting crackers, they were doing rangoli, and then they were also lighting candles. Very few. So that shows that social media is homogenizing culture by other people posting their own festivals, and then people are getting more attracted to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see that in a positive way also, that people are not only celebrating their own festival, but they also get to know about the other culture.
Yeah.
And if they like it, they're also celebrating it. That is making everything more harmonious.
Yeah, more making it positive also. It's a positive and negative. It's common for
Yeah.
both. So now the second last question. How does technology make daily life more challenging for people?
So if I get your question correctly, your question is, how does technology makes the daily life more challenging?
Yeah, for people.
I think technology at a broader scale is meant to make life better for people. But if you see, as I mentioned earlier, right? If you see a lot of young people who are spending 7-8 hours every day on social media, right? So it is not meant to be like that. They're spending their valuable time on social media. They are skipping their studies. They're skipping their work. They're not focusing on their work. That decreases their productivity. So overall, if you see not only one people, right? The whole generation is caught into that. In India, if you talk about every day, average people spend more than 2 hours on YouTube, watching some sort of videos. Not sure how much of that is helping them to better at their job. So at the country level, right? Even for them at the personal level, right? They don't initially see the impact of that, but eventually when they get married, they get old, right? They start realizing that they lost a lot of valuable time. They could have learned better skill that could make them help more money, for example, right? So that is one thing that eventually they realize that their life is hollow, right? That is one way it is making challenging. The other way is that most of the people, right, are spending too much time on social media, whereas they don't realize the value of the people who are with them, right? Like with our parents and everything. They are not spending time with their parents, but they are
Yeah,
spending
like
time
they
on
are
social
ignoring
media.
their friends who are coming physically to
Yeah.
them to play, to
Yes.
help, and all of that.
Yeah. So the negative part of that, in that, right, eventually they start feeling very lonely. So a lot of people who are very active on social media are suffering through depression.
Because
Right? So that
they
makes
are
their life more.
because they are ignoring their friends who are coming physically to help
Yes.
them, to play with them.
Yes.
So that's why now
Yeah.
the friends have left him or her, and they're
Yes.
getting depression.
And the next thing is that nowadays, even if we talk about the technology part, right, quick commerce, right, if you want anything, it is easily available. People are not moving a lot, right? So people are always at their home. They could just click and like food will be delivered to them. The cleaner will come to them. So they're not doing a lot of physical activity that lead to a lot of lifestyle level disease like diabetes on the rise, right? Obesity is on the rise. So those kind of things make the life challenging for people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
On the positive side, it has also generated a lot of jobs. People who were previously unemployed, now they can go and work as a delivery boy, right? Like, or an Uber driver and all this kind of thing. But negative side is that people are becoming more lazy and they are suffering through the lifestyle diseases. So again, everything has positive and negative, but social media definitely has made life challenging for people. Overall, technology has made some life challenging, and people should actively think about it to get out of it and reap the good benefits of the technology.
Okay. So, would you like to share your opinion about social media?
Yes, definitely. So I personally use social media, but the way that I have done is that I make a conscious effort that how much time I want to spend on social media. If I don't make a conscious effort on that, the social media is designed to consume a lot of my time. So I use social media to connect to my friends. I get to know what's happening in their life, especially my friends who are not in the same town as me. So what I've done is that I personally set up a timer, right? I spend 30 minutes on Instagram every day and I spend 30 minutes on Facebook. That's what I have dedicated every day from my life to the social media. And I use this time throughout the day. Every day I use Facebook for 1 minute, then I close it. So this way I am still using the social media, but I am not spending a lot of time on it. So I'm trying to get maximum benefit out of it.
In a more effective way.
Yes.
Realize.
Especially I have cousins who are young, who are in the schools and everything. I advise them that when they have an exam, so some important thing happening, I suggest them to temporarily delete their social media profile and then re-enable it after the exam, right? And I also strongly suggest them to keep a strong time check on their social media. Do not spend a lot of time on any app, right? Use your time effectively, learn some skill, be a better person. So this is what I see. I see positive side of technology all the time. I work in technology, but I am also aware of the negative side. So I make conscious efforts not to get trapped in the negative side and get the maximum benefit out of the technology.
Okay. So thank you everybody for listening to me, my uncle and me and my aunt. And I hope you enjoyed this session. So thank you for listening, and I hope this was informative for you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Shaurya. I wish you best of luck.